I need y'all to like the video, comment if you want, but turn your post notifications on so you know next time I drop. Up next, we got a black queen that hails from Chicago who got kicked off a flight in Miami for her outfit. Has accountability start to catch up with black women? Check it out.
And out the top at 10, a woman says that she was not allowed to board a Spirit Airlines flight in Miami because of what she was wearing. Tonight, she is talking only to CBS News Miami. Good evening, I'm Jim Berry. Back in January, the airline announced it was cracking down on passengers who it considers inappropriately dressed. CBS News Miami's Anna McAllister joins us live tonight from Miami International Airport. So Anna, how did this lady describe exactly what she went through today?
Well, Jim, this passenger, she reached out to us and she said that not only was she not allowed to board her Spirit flight, but she says her sister was arrested.
Your boarding pass, please.
As Tanasia Greyer approached the Spirit ticket counter, tensions quickly grew. She was just told she wouldn't be allowed on her flight back to Chicago.
I'm right here. You need to get out my face. You don't have to address me like that. You can say whatever you need to say from right there. You don't have to get in my face.
You don't get to tell me what to do.
And you don't get to tell me what to do.
Greyer says it all started over this outfit she wore to the airport. She says she wore similar shorts while traveling on a plane to Miami on Sunday.
And these is just regular shorts. This is how I walk through the airport. This is how I walk through the airport with these shorts on. With my robe. This is exactly how I have my clothes.
She says her luggage made it onto the flight, but she didn't.
I have my robe on. We were getting ready to board the plane, and the lady at the front desk, she stopped me and said, "You're not getting on a plane like that." So I looked at her and I said, "Like what?" She said, "With those shorts." I said, "Everybody here has on shorts. What's the problem with my shorts?" And I've been in this airport for 40 minutes with my shorts and my robe on, and nobody addressed me about my attire. I'm confused. This is crazy.
That voice in the background is Greyer's sister, Jessica Kordelewski. So first, Tanasia says she can't get on her Spirit flight because of her outfit, and then, to make matters worse, she says her sister is arrested for disorderly conduct.
They treated me like a real criminal.
As for the sisters, they say they caught another flight back to Chicago Thursday night.
I'm going home. Getting on a flight and going home.
Did you get
done with Miami? We ain't never coming here again. Miami.
And we reached out to Spirit for comment on the situation, and they provided us with this statement saying, in part, "Our records show a guest was not in compliance with our contract of carriage and refused to comply when provided the opportunity to do so. The guests and their travel companion were eventually denied boarding after displaying disruptive behavior." Now, Greyer says that they got a flight home from another airline, and she says she did wear a different outfit because she didn't want to have any more trouble.
I'm not sure if y'all familiar with the black fatigue hashtag that's going around nowadays, but personally, I am exhausted from seeing images, videos like this where black women are embarrassing us. The Jezebel spirit is too strong. You know that you're out here wearing things that are irreprehensible, and I guarantee you that you can find some black women somewhere on this internet defending this type of behavior. If we expect to rise back to a certain level of prominence, this type of behavior needs to be shamed.
I said, people who are close to you don't realize how much power you have until you step away. And that's facts. Like, because I'm with you every day, you forgot how powerful I was, or you forgot how much of a good person I am because I'm around you every day. But as soon as we start creating distance, people start to realize, and then by that time, we don't even want to know more, because it's like, you didn't realize who I am. You forgot who I was. I would never forget who I was. It's me. Like, that's how y'all gotta carry it. Like, make them feel that shit, bro. Make them feel that shit, because if they don't, they're gonna just keep playing with you and disrespecting you. I don't give a fuck who it is.
This stems not just from romantic relationships, but it goes into business relationships as well. Any relationship. When you are the one that shines the brightest, that frequency, that glow, radiates on the people that are near you. And a lot of times, they get it confused where they think that the glow that they're experiencing is sourced for themselves, but in reality, it's sourced from you. And so when you remove yourself from that situation, it gets real dark and cold very fast. Just like if the sun was to just zap out of our solar system and the earth didn't have the light of the sun anymore. Privilege is blind to those who have it. Real talk.
You telling me I gotta be financially stable to date broke women? And they come pre-fucked? Oh, hell no. Double it and give it to the next person. I don't want it. I'm factory reset.
Sound like some gay shit to me.
I'ma tell you, I'm all about male empowerment. I'm a men's man, you hear me? Like, I'm all about that, you hear me? But, however, the one thing I want is a broke bitch. You gotta think about it, my niggas. You focus on the bag and you can pick who you want. Ain't no factory reset. That's natural law, you hear me? And the fact that this nigga has a bonnet on is double more. You feel me? Like, you can't, look, bro. I gotta start over. This ain't gonna be right. Listen, when I seen the dude with the bonnet on, I already knew I ain't want to hear nothing he had to say, but I let the man speak. If you play for the other team, bro, just say that. We not gonna judge.
I will.
Well, Riley will.
This is my petition to bring back manly men.
Oh, manly men are in demand again, are they? Let me guess. Someone must have needed something.
Just tell me why I was at the airport yesterday and I asked two grown men to help me put fucking suitcase up in the overhead bin.
Yep, called it. Because the only time that some of those strong, independent women seem to want manly men around is when they find out they can't do something all by themselves.
They both said no. One of them was like, if you can't put it up yourself, go check it at the gate.
I feel that's a perfectly valid response. After all, if a woman can't handle her own baggage, why should she try to hand it off to a man to deal with?
I was like, jaw dropped, because what's your issue?
There's no issue. They've probably just been listening to what a lot of women out there have been saying, that they don't need or want men for anything.
If I could, I would, but I just can't. I'm 5 feet tall. I literally weigh 90 pounds, and you think I can barely reach up there. What's your issue? Hello? What?
Maybe, just maybe, a person should have taken a little more responsibility for their own actions, not taken on more than they're physically capable of handling themselves, and then expect others, specifically men, to do the work for them.
If it's one thing you want to know about women psychology, is that they don't see a problem until it's directly in front of their face. They don't think about the shit that they say in the aftermath of it. They just know in the now that's how they feel about it, so they gonna fucking say it. They'll deal with whatever comes after when it comes. Pause. So you keep the pressure up on these women, because the only way that they're gonna ever make the necessary changes for a nuclear family to survive is if they feel the pain of not having men around. That's women's psychology in a nutshell.
When we say pre-Katrina, we mean an era, a time period that only people who lived in New Orleans during that time will ever understand. So if you've been in New Orleans 10 plus years and you think you know the culture, you think you understand the people, you have no idea. Because pre-Katrina New Orleans was a whole different place, a whole different vibe that only people who were here during that time will understand. And our culture is here, it's still intact. But New Orleans will absolutely never be the same. And a lot of us live on the memories of what it was, and we just... y'all, you will never understand. So we sit back and we like, oh my goodness, pre-Katrina, oh, they had this, oh, we did that. In fact, if you were in New Orleans before Katrina, let me know something that happened then that does not happen now. It was so much, y'all. Our city was so lit. And I'm not saying it's bad now, but our culture is the same, but everything is different. It's just different. I don't know if I know y'all understand what I'm saying, but let me know in the comments what you think.
When Lil Wayne says 1825 2-lane, I don't know what the fuck he talking about. I'm not gonna lie. They ain't got shit to do with this, but I just thought that I should mention. Nah, but for real, I know exactly what she talking about. After Katrina, when we came home, it was like a whole new neighborhood. Like, motherfuckers left New Orleans and found out that there was better states than Louisiana, and I don't blame them, because we do got a pretty shitty ass school system. It's like, it ain't the least, but it's down there. But on top of that, man, I started seeing like a whole lot of Spanish people people like in my neighborhood. You know what I mean? It wasn't the same. Like everybody was just not the same. The neighborhood was not the same. New families was moving in. It was crazy. And I couldn't understand. It was like they was like being placed there. It's crazy. But the Franks came back, man. Shout out to the Franks, you heard me. If you from the West Bank and you don't know who the Franks is, you're not really from the West Bank, because there's a lot of them motherfuckers. A whole lot. They like the Waynes of the West Bank. I'm telling you. Mama Frank is Mama Waynes, for real.
After I put my tears in, we leaving.
I'm not going no more.
What you mean?
I just remember this nigga to my fucking birthday party. Now nigga wanna die and have a funeral and expect everybody to show up? Nigga want mad attention. I'm not going to that shit.
That's supposed to be your day one, Ty.
Baby, if he was my day one, he'd have been at my birthday party, right? He didn't show up. I went to his birthday party.
That's real fucking petty.
How? I went to this nigga baby shower with all his shit. Everybody want them to show up at their events and then nigga die. Nigga want niggas to join their funeral. It don't work that way. I'm not going.
So you put your whole Easter outfit on for no reason?
I'm not going. I'm not going to this nigga's funeral. I don't care, B.
The nigga owed me money and I'm still going.
So good luck getting your money back at a nigga funeral. Funeral was just boring. Nigga gonna be laying there like this. Everybody crying. What the fuck is that? That's boring. My birthday party was lit. Bottles popping. Everybody was lit. Niggas getting drunk, having fun. Music. Fucking funeral. That shit is whack. Nigga, I'm not going.
You so fucking petty.
I'm petty? You putting fake tears in your eyes to go to this nigga's funeral.
My eyes are dry.
You really sad?
My eyes are
really
dry,
sad?
and my eyes are dry.
I'm not going.
After I put my tears in. Now, how petty you gotta be that you gonna hold a grudge that bad that you ain't gonna go to your dog funeral because he missed your birthday party? Me and my day ones, man, we don't talk for weeks sometime. I ain't gonna hold you, son, but when we do talk, we on the phone for about 4-5 hours, no cap. Cause niggas be busy, dog. Like, niggas be getting to the bag. I respect it, dog. All my niggas get to the bag. You heard me? Shout out to my niggas today.
If a man is telling me that a single mother cannot raise her boys to be men, but that man was raised by his single mom, what does that make that man? Serious question, let me know.
Fellas, don't worry, I got it. The reason he's giving you that statement is because as a man, he came to a point in his life when he realized, oh shit, I'm X amount of years old, and there's a lot of things that I am lacking as a man. It's a eureka moment. It's a moment of clarity where you come into a space or you get exposed to certain things or certain people and you realize, damn, these people are much farther ahead than I am. They know things that I don't know. And if he's a decent man, he's gonna try to figure out why he's deficient in certain areas. Now, through trial and error, possibly even having a mentor, possibly even having some really good friends that he can have conversations with where they can tell him, hey bro, as a man, you should never move like that. That's when everything starts to click to him and he realizes, damn, because my father wasn't in my life, there's a lot of things that I just don't know. I'm living my life in a certain way because I had no male influence. Now, going back to being a decent man, the first thing he's going to now tell you is, hey, listen, I was raised by a single mom. I saw how that affected me. And the last thing I would want is for the same deficiencies that affected me to affect your son, because he may not get lucky the same way I did. There's a chance your son won't have positive friends around him. There's a chance your son won't have that eureka moment when he realizes, oh shit, I'm deficient. It is no different from a man that went to jail for being in the streets, and then when he gets out, he comes back home to mentor the youth, and he tells them, hey, leave that street life alone. Trust me, it's not what it's all cracked up to be. He would be the perfect person to be speaking on said situation because he actually personally experienced it. So going back to your primary question, a decent man that was raised by a single mom that understands his deficiencies will be the perfect person to tell a single mom why she isn't fit to raise her son alone. And as a young man, I was raised by both parents. The older I got, it became more clear to me on who had male influence in their life and who didn't. The presence of a father is critical to a child's development, whether they like to believe it or not.
Let him cook. Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him cook.
Women don't understand that they live a totally different existence from a man. Their leverage is that vagina, and they don't understand that. Like, that vagina is powerful. Men don't have that power, so they have to develop, they have to compete. If you don't have the tools, the tutelage, the know-how, the knowledge of how to compete against your fellow man, you automatically gonna be at a disadvantage, and a woman can't teach that because she don't know that. That's the conundrum. That's the problem.
Don't y'all hate a bitch that stay screaming she get niggas? Like, these niggas ain't going for any and everything. Walking, that's easy, bitch. I bet you do get niggas, bitch, because they can get you. They can get you.
These hoes try to play the same game as niggas and knowing they playing on easy mode and think that that's a dub. Listen, you don't get the stripes for getting niggas the same way niggas get the stripes for getting women. You want to know why? Because it takes nothing for you to get a nigga, and it takes everything for a nigga to get women. That's real talk.
Getting no job. If you go get a job, they're gonna take my Section 8. Then you won't be able to get no Section 8. You're not going to get no job. They're gonna count your income against my Section 8 and my link card. You're not working. No. So I don't care what you gotta say. I don't care how you feel. You're not working. You're not going to get a job. You're not going to school. You're not doing none of that shit. Get on Section 8. Find you a nice apartment. Go get you a link card. You will be fine. You don't have to sit up and work. You don't have to work no job. The government is here to help us.
I cannot wait for these bitches to be homeless. Then they gotta renegotiate with the man that they been dissing. That nigga that's been in the friend zone for forever, who had a place to stay and got his shit together. He gonna look a whole lot more enticing. I can't wait. The Great Reset is upon us. I'ma tell you why though. I'm pro-nuclear family. And in order to get women back to the negotiation table, you gotta force them.
A lot of people don't understand that the radio is what really gets you paid as a producer and a writer.
Yes.
Like you could have the biggest streaming song in the world. It could be the #1 streaming song of all time. You won't get the type of money that I'm getting as a guy that just makes radio records.
Right.
But as far as like what I do,
#1 hits.
The proof is in the pudding.
For a while, people kept saying, "Oh, radio dead, radio dead." Wow. Could you explain to them the power of the radio, please?
Bro, I'm giving y'all a real history lesson right now on this radio. If you stream, the labels have a deal with the streaming services. So as far as that go, your money is coming in at like a 18 for a 32. Like you get 1%, like the bottom of the barrel, bro. If you get a #1 record on radio, urban radio, rhythmic radio, God forbid you get a #1 record on top 40 radio, big check. That's all that matter, bro. They pay you differently at radio. The scales, how you get paid when your record is spinning at radio, it supersedes a stream in life.
So if I get 1 million streams on a stream, you know,
you got $32, man.
There you go.
How much do you get if I get 1 million spins on radio?
You could probably be like a multi-millionaire off that.
That's a lot.
Here. I got like 20 billion streams. Like I ain't really seen no big bag off of that. Put it all in perspective. The biggest records that pay me the most when I speak about that, Big Sean bounced back. That was licensed and sync at the Super Bowl, had Super Bowl commercials and all that other. I'll never forget, I was buying my first house and like out of the blue, I just caught a bag from residuals from 500 grand, $500,000. You'll never get that type of shit from these records, bro. You gotta have big radio records and your records gotta be in the system, licensed and sync, which y'all see this ESPN, like think about like Lil Wayne getting paid every time that Skip Bayless and them show come on and he rapping that. You know what I'm saying? Like the money machine gonna ring in his sleep. That's what we working for.
Bruh, this goes for any industry. There's some things about the industry that you won't know unless you go through trial and error. There's a science behind every industry. And a nigga that went through the struggle, through the fire to understand it all, he gonna charge for information. But I commend Hitmaker for giving this free information on the internet. Now, I will say this though. There's a lot of nuance to the information he's giving. There's a lot of know-how on how to even be able to achieve what he's talking about. But it does give you a perspective for someone who makes hits for a living.
Everybody shut the fuck up. Hey, shut the fuck up. Let me tell you something right now.
If you made it this far, check out the video we just did where a black queen decided she wanted to escape racism from America and jump right into racism in Russia.